Alright. Okay. For the hose. Yo, what's poppin', everybody? So, yeah, the TCG. We're back for another Marble Snap video, and in this video, we're gonna be playing the Ajax Negative Power Affliction deck, mostly because one of the top decks right now is the new deck focused around the Battle Pass card, Surtur, and all the little cheating 10 power plus cards, Cull Obsidian, Scar, She-Hulk, all that stuff. It is very popular right now, and this deck does kind of shit on it. This deck doesn't let them have a lot of power for stuff like Scar and Surtur. Cards like Scorpion and Cassandra Nova stop them from reaching the benchmarks either in deck or in hand. And, you know, they do play a lot of heavy boys, so having the US Agent here with his ability to give 4 5s and 6 cost -4 power is pretty good, alongside one of the new Spotlight Cash cards, Frigga, and this card is just broken. If you think playing under 1 US Agent is tough, imagine playing under 2! Imagine playing under 2. We have the regular negative power mainstay, Silver Sable, which recently just got hit. She originally was a 1/1. Same effect, they just made her a 1/0, which is a change I actually said that would make the card. She's still like the best 1-drop, but it is like, you know, just a way to curb her a little. We got the original minus power Inflictor and Hazmat on reveal. Inflict all other cards on the field with 1 power. Other negative power mainstays, we have Cassandra Nova, which steals, basically same thing as saying afflicting them with -1 power, but this time to the entire deck. Not to mention, with the same over-the-table buff, Thanos got a huge buff, and we've been seeing a lot of resurgence of Thanos, and even some people mixing Thanos with Arishem. That is like a 30-something card deck. You save this till turn 6, and you're dropping like a 20 plus, if, you know, if locations or whatever, depending on their cards, you're dropping like a 20 power plus Cassandra Nova, and like, you know, a final turn is very hard to predict. Oh yeah, they have the Cassandra Nova, let me drop a Shadow King, let me drop a Shang-Chi. It just works. Red Guardian was in the same cache as Frigga, so now I have him. Afflict the lowest power enemy card here with -2 power and remove its text. This card is pretty gosh damn crucial against stuff like Quinjet, Rogue, Luke Cage. Basically the only things that stop this deck. Not to mention, it is just good to get rid of some cards with effects like Wong, or just a lot of cards become a lot more dog shit when they're vanillas. You know what I mean? They're just a lot of dog shit. We have a little high evolutionary package we have right here. We are running the Cyclops, which when high evolutionary buff, or what is the text? Evolves, it unlocks the potential, bro. He's Dragon Ball Z head at. Look at this, man. He's unlocking the potential of fucking Cyclops. Let me actually pull up the effect. Because when you do spend a turn with unspent energy, which is pretty common as we'll get into in the games, there's games where the opponent doesn't really have a board, so just hard committing stuff like Man-Thing and US Agent to columns that don't have anything, while yes does deter them from placing them in those columns, can be very easily played around. So having a card that's just like, you know, if they do play something here, it'll get afflicted with -1 power, is pretty good. And the other buff we have is High Evolutionary Abomination, which costs 1 less for each card that's inflicted with negative power. If the deck works as intended, this card should cost either 1, 0, or 2 during the final turn. And it's pretty important when you picture it with the big heavy boys of the deck, including Man-Thing. He's the inverse of US Agent. A little weaker, but I think Man-Thing would be absolutely cracked if he just said half the game, half the good part of the game, have -4 power. And the mainstay of the deck, Ajax. He is a -power scaler. For every card on the board who has -power, he gains 1 power himself. So cards like Hazmat, while yes, they will target our guys, and we have no way of stopping that, Ajax gets all the stronger for it. Pretty much, this deck is just meant to be annoying. It's meant to just make your opponent have negative power at locations, and then just kind of drop big bombs like Ajax and Abomination on the same fucking turn. That being said, let's get into the games. Hey, honey, why are you wearing the shades? We're not outside. It's to look at all the ranks I've climbed, and I've done it in half the time. Oh, yeah? How? I've been severely behind. Fuck. I used Ajax. This is one of those games I mentioned in the deck profile where I'm either certain that I face somebody having a stroke or a bot. Because, like, this game opens up as normal. Wakanda's our first location. Our hand's looking nice. Our hand's actually looking nice. We have Hazmat, Abomination, Ajax, where you wanna be. Second location is Vormir, which kind of sucks. Like, so far, the first location is whatever. Vormir kind of sucks. We're just gonna have to throw something away. They start with a Forge, so I'm like, great, this might be Destroy. Like, they're about to drop a super powered Destroy card on Vormir, get a free Destroy. Like, fuck me, man. End up playing the Cyclops just to get it down, because a lot of our plays next couple turns would leave us with one energy, start the -4 train going. They play a Nightcrawler, and then I'm like, what the fuck? Why not play the Nightcrawler to Wakanda and not Okoye? Anyway, I end up deciding to throw the Frigga into Vormir just to get another Cyclops, get more negative power shit going. And Frigga really is the one card in this hand that I can, you know, kind of afford to throw away. I was looking at their deck because it seemed like a really weird mix of cards. So I'm like, is this Arishem? Arishem? However you want to pronounce it. But we end up just playing Frigga, getting another Cyclops, because what's better than one Cyclops? Two Cyclops. They drop Vulture, and I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? Like, he's suddenly playing Move. Kind of the worst location to put Vulture on, because he gets randomly hit by the Cyclops. And as you can see here, it's turn 5, and we did the bare minimum. We did Cyclops effects once, and boom, 3 power, 3 cost card. We can play Hazmat and Abomination, which is really nice because they had more cards than we did. So even if our Cyclops got hit, they -4, we only -1. For whatever reason, they play Cloak as their final fucking card. For whatever reason, like, not Cloak to Vormir to move the Vulture, not Cloak any, like, granted, Dark Dimension kind of fucks with them up. Not having another location to move shit to is kind of fucky. We just end up moving Abomination and Hazmat away from the middle. They Heimdall here, and I'm just like, I don't think they knew how Heimdall works. I think they maybe thought it was the other way around. But yeah, this is one of those matches where it's like, I'm pretty sure this was a bot. Game 2's footage is actually a little messed up here. It didn't start recording until I clicked end turn. So first location was Olympia. This hand was good. I'm pretty sure we were the one that snapped. I see the Quinjet, and that immediately makes me think Arishem, which it does end up being, I do believe. We do check here in a little second here. Because opening Cassandra Nova is great. You just, it's when you drop her. It's when you drop her. You want to drop her as fast as possible, but some games, there are more important things you'd rather do than drop a Cassandra Nova. Hitting that Scorpion is really nice, though. The location so far, I'm pretty sure Dark Dimension was featured here. Now, here's the thing. I debate here whether to play Cassandra Nova or Red Guardian, but I end up going with Red Guardian because simply Quinjet is a pain in the ass. And I'd much rather get rid of the Quinjet than I'd rather get a little bit more power. This is before I actually checked their deck and notice they're playing Arishem. Hitting the Mobius isn't too bad either because it lets us bring back our Abomination. I know in one of the later games, a Mobius did fuck up our Abomination, and it's just fucking annoying. It is just fucking annoying. We dropped Cassandra in Dark Dimension because I'm like, I want to say I do check for Arishem at one certain point in this game. Because Cassandra Nova against a regular deck in Dark Dimension might as well just be 0. They Legion here, which is fucking annoying. Because now our Cassandra Nova is like 19, and now our opponent has a copy of it. Our hand is full, but honestly, this hand is great. This hand is pretty fucking good. I'm pretty sure we end up actually playing our High Evolutionary package here. We play both Cyclops and... Oh, no, actually, no. I was wrong. I was wrong. We only play Cyclops here. Checking out their cards. This is where I'm finally, you know, if a 19 plus power Cassandra Nova didn't give it away, this is actually where I'm like, oh, we're facing Arishem. They dropped the Shadow King, unfortunately, bringing our Cassandra Nova to 0, and then they played Doctor Strange for some reason. moving the Nick Fury into that column, basically shutting that column down. We hit 2 more off the Cyclops, making our Abomination free. And here's where I start to do math, because originally I know that he has the Cassandra Nova. I know that if we place our Ajax and Abomination in the same column as their Cassandra Nova, we lose the game. That is a little too much power, plus they can play any other things alongside of it. I'm looking at the Machine World with 2, and I'm like, well, obviously he's going to put it there because he thinks I'm going to try to win the easier power difference. This was a riskier play because he could have doubled down his lead. He actually really could have doubled down his lead on Machine World and put that, and that actually would have won him the game. Turns out I was right in putting Ajax and Abomination to the center column, because alongside him playing our Hazmat, which is going to buff our Ajax, while also allowing us to keep winning Machine World, because not only did we have less cards, so the Hazmat wouldn't do as much damage to us, our Cyclops is still active, and the random card they gained off Malekith ended up not mattering because it was just Cordis Glavis. It honestly really could have been Rogue or Enchantress or even something like Luke Cage that actually would have kind of screwed us over, but no, RNG is in our favor. We have game 3 here. Yeah, to keep count. Our hand is pretty good. Frigga, Red Guardian, US Agent. It leads into plays where we could have not only 1 US Agent or Red Guardian, but 2. Frigga's just insane. This card, this card is gonna get nerfed. This card's like, enjoy it while it lasts. This card is definitely going to get fucking tip-touched. Absolutely. Death's Domain being the second location is kind of a little icky. I'm just like, I remember watching this and I'm like, I'm praying that it's not a destroy deck, because they actively just got 2 of their best locations right there. I do decide to go a Scorpion on the 3rd location, because I'm just like, well, hopefully, you know, we can't get 3 bad locations in a row. Our opponent plays Colossus to Murder World, and we end up playing it into Isle of Silence, which is fine for us because we wouldn't play... It's a little fine. It's just, it means the middle location is out of it, and pretty much the Isle of Silence, a lot of our cards can't be put there. This was just me being bad. I decided for turn 3 to play Red Guardian to try to snipe their Colossus. They play Mr. Fantastic here. I'm like, I don't know why they played Mr. Fantastic here this turn. They could have just waited. I'm going to keep it 1000%. They obviously just should have waited. Don't do what I did. Don't do what I did. Do not try to do that. I checked their deck to see how big Cassandra Nova is, and I ended up deciding to play it in Isle of Silence because my plan during the later game would be to drop an Ajax to Murder World, get a 5-power one there. Cyclops coming in at the best time, pretty much, since we wouldn't play both. We wouldn't play both if we were going to play it, but I do end up switching it here, playing Ajax here on turn 5. You know, I'm gonna keep it 1000% with you. I don't know why I didn't just wait to play. Why I didn't wait to play Ajax, because he obviously could have got Shang-Chi or Enchantress. Thankfully, our opponent is also on some glue, and they just decided to fill up this location for some reason. It looks like, from what it looks like, they were playing a ongoing deck. And the locations have also fucked them up. For our final turn, we play Hazmat and Cyclops with the 1 energy. They end up playing Professor X to Death's Domain. They win Death's Domain, but they lose the other ones, and we get a successful 8-cube game. For game 4, we do also start with a pretty good hand of Frigga, Abomination, and Scorpion. First location is my favorite location in the game, Subterranea, baby. Nothing more than I love than added 4 cards that do nothing to my deck. I do see that they have a 32-card deck, which means this is the Thanos Arashim deck that I was talking about in the deck profile. They do confirm it, starting with Soulstone and Rocket Raccoon. Kind of weird. I wouldn't like playing the Guardian cards. They're always a little funky. Black Vortex being amazing because we do have this rock. Eventually, we're going to be able to turn this rock into any 6-drop. This Silver Sable, even after nerf, she's still like the best 1-drop in the game. I end up deciding to play Scorpion just to start. His hand already has a good number of cards. Let's just start chipping away at it. They play Mobius, which is another card that I'm seeing a whole lot of play, especially high up on the ladders. For turn 3, I was debating whether I should play the Rock now or maybe later, maybe save it down. He also ends up playing the Mind Stone, which is perfect for him because this turns it from a 0 power card into fucking Infinite. And I'm like, are you serious? They got Infinite, and then I also ended up getting Infinite. And I was like, well, no, this is base. It's base when I get it. It's cringe when my opponent gets it. US Agent to Black Vortex looks so appealing, which I end up going for it. Kind of sucks because I kind of wish I would have had Cyclops here. Like, that would have been a really strong turn. Neuter both the Infinites, but my US Agent has more power than his Rocket, so we're still winning that lane. The problem here is that I have no way to turn off his Mobius, so this Abomination ends up being kind of just a vanilla. I also forgot how Dark Dimension works. Multiple times in this video, actually. We do end up drawing Ajax, and I debate putting him on there, which makes the most sense because Man-Thing or Ajax avoids getting debuffed by Man-Thing, and so far it'll like with putting it there, at least the Ajax will get power off the negative Mobius. They're just dropping a bunch of cards for essentially free because of the Quinjet and the extra energy you get from just playing Arishem. Plays a bunch of stuff here, stuff that you'd think doesn't add up, but it kind of does, because a lot of the cards he did play end up having the ongoing ability, and this will matter right here for this Spectrum, because this Spectrum gives the three key cards just enough power to slightly overtake me on those locations. It was a good game. It was just that Mobius fucking up our Abomination play. It was just really what killed us there, because it's one of our big bombs. And as you saw during the games, even though some of them I'm pretty sure were against bots, I'm going to keep it 1,000. Some of those games, I'm just like, either you had a stroke while playing or it was just a bot. This deck is very efficient in what it does in just hazing your opponent's field and being able to drop big annoying cards like US Agent, Man-Thing. And even as we saw, I'm pretty sure we had 2 games against Thanos Arishem, or just regular Arishem, Cassandra Nova, even when stopped, even when getting Shadow King and all that stuff, just the ability to inflict every single card in their deck with minus power, giving our Ajax and Abomination just more triggers to activate their big effects. If you guys enjoyed the video, y'all know what to do. Hit that subscribe, like the video. Tell me what deck you are playing in this season right now. Are you fucking with Surtur? That sounded wrong. Are you... With that being said, it's been your boy Yazzie TCG. Until next time. Also, don't ask why there wasn't Facecam in this video. I promise Facecam will be going past this. I promise. I swear.